Hey, Zuragi here, coming to another video review, and today I'll be taking a look at Deluxe Class Jolt from the Dark of the Moon movie toy line. To start things off, here's his size to a soda can. Pretty standard size for a Deluxe Class figure. Just get that out of here. His colors are interesting. Most of it is this weird grayish blue with a little bit of black, some red, some silver, some sort of translucent dark green, and then this really weird electric blue teal color. I remember during the first movie toy line they called it, what was it, Allspark Blue or something like that. It's a really garish color, but here's the view from above. They really should have painted these mech tech ports. They didn't stick out quite so badly. I do like the sort of rough diamond texture on there. That's pretty neat. A view from below. Lots of robot junk going on. Kind of wish they had painted the license plate, but they didn't. He rolls fairly well. This is where my tongue falls out of my head. He rolls fairly well. None of his robot bits get in the way, so that's good. He does come with one accessory, his gun, which as you can see is mostly black with that same Allspark teal blue weirdness. It almost has like a Nemesis Prime color scheme to it, oddly enough. Although I'm fairly certain this guy does have an Autobot logo on him somewhere. Maybe just in robot mode. Whatever. Anyway, the gun does have the usual mech tech feature, but it goes from a pea shooter to a BFG. So there's that. It can be plugged in onto either of these mech tech ports on his vehicle mode, and it looks completely ridiculous. For some reason this one likes to stick sometimes. I don't get it. Well, that basically does it for the vehicle mode, so now on to the robot mode. Okay, transformation of this guy is a bit finicky, but not overly complicated. First thing you want to do is come under here and just pull his arms up. Just get them all straightened out like that. Swing these panels out to the side. And they don't tab in anywhere or plug in or anything, they just sort of sit there. But the hinges are heavy enough that it's not too much of an issue. Anyway, you want to untab this front section from the rest of the vehicle and pull it out. The same thing on the other side. Hopefully it doesn't just... Come on. And then just extend all this out like that. Split the roof of the car and bring it out to the side. Bring the windows up, fold the roof in like that, and just sort of get that out of the way for now. Now what? Okay. I want to bring this section down enough, because you then need to flip the head up from here, and there has to be enough clearance down here so his head crest can go all the way up, so just flip that up most of the way. Fold this panel back until it locks, then take these black sections, bring them out, and turn them around like this. Squeeze these sections in like this, get his head down, and then just get this section in, and there is a slot right here and a tab right there, all just lock in together just like that. Let's bring this up a little bit. Split the feet, maybe. They do lock in very securely. Okay. Alright. Okay. Just take this entire section and swing it up. Take the hood and just collapse it into the foot. Bring down the heel. Bring this up all the way. Take the wheel and spin it around. Now, there is a little tab right there that'll go into one of the spokes on the wheel and just sort of hold everything in place. It's not a super solid connection, but it gives you a way to just sort of get everything put where it needs to go. Again, just bring this down, bring the heel down, fold in the hood. Oh, you could see that, just fold in the hood. Bring this up the rest of the way, spin the tire around, and then just get that tab lined up with the spaces on the tire, and just get everything secured in there. Get him to where he'll stand, bring his arms down, fold out these little apertures like that. Get these wings just positioned where you want them. And there you have little Jolt in robot mode. Here's his size compared to a soda can. His colors are mostly the same as before, but he does have some new additions. Still a lot of that grayish blue, but now he has a whole lot of this sort of off-white color added, as well as more of the black, the translucent dark green, the red, the silver, and that weird Allspark Blue is just sort of thrown around everywhere again, because why not? I mean, it's already an ugly as hell color. View from above, and view from below. Posability is not bad. The head is on a ball joint, but very restricted just because of the shape of his head. Can go all the way around, though. Arms can go out to the side that far to ball joint, and then out that far if you use this joint here. They can also go all the way around at the shoulder, and they can go back and forth if you use that joint. Now, he technically has an elbow here. You can bring the arm and it'll go all the way around at the elbow. And then he has a swivel at the elbow, but it goes in a weird direction. When you do it like that, his hand now goes in and out, which is really weird. Anyway, this piece can move up and down. His hands don't move at all. Nothing at the waist. Legs can go forward that far, back that far, out to the side all the way. The legs can bend that far at one joint, and then that far if you use the second joint. So it's got very good posability in the legs. You can also move forward if you need. The feet, they don't really move. They're just sort of one big lump of plastic. But he stands pretty well, despite the fact that he has really weirdly shaped toes and tiny heels. So his posability isn't bad, but it is a little bit odd. As for his weapons, he just has this, and again, still has that same feature. And like many of the Deluxe Class Dark of the Moon figures, there is no way that I'm aware of to lock it in this, bigger form. He can hold it. His hands can't do anything, but he does have these MechTech ports on the backs of his hands, so you can just stick those like that. And then he has these things. I think these are supposed to be 3mm clips, but I'm not sure. The whole thing just looks weird. Of course, you can store it on him if you don't want him holding it. There is a MechTech port here on his back. Just plug that in there. It's not very obtrusive, and it doesn't really limit his ability to stand either, so I like it. The only thing I don't really like about this guy are two things. Number one, the Allspark Blue. I hate that color. Nemesis Prime is like the only character that should use that color. Otherwise, it just looks weird. That and his elbows. His elbows are just weird. I mean, I know they did it for the sake of the transformation, but still, this was 2011. I think by now they should have been able to figure out how to transform a toy without limiting the posability in important ways. I mean, losing the waist articulation, yeah, it stinks, but I can understand it. But losing the elbows? Come on. Well, my very odd rant aside, that basically does it for this figure. So, until next time, bye-bye.